This video is brought to you by 101figurine.ro. Check out 101figurine.ro to see a large assortment of action figures and statues from your favorite universes.
Once we were many. Now we are few. Hunters, killers of the world's filth. Witchers, the ultimate killing machines. Among us, a legend. The one they call Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
This world doesn't need a hero. It needs a professional.
Hello and welcome, my name is Lazar and today we got a brand new figure on the table from Dark Horse, Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher franchise. Now, I'm a Witcher fan, I played everything Witcher and I got over 250 hours in the game, so here's some screenshots from the actual game, max settings and all that, so you can have the best comparison you can to its game counterpart. And for the most part the sculpt is okay with minor issues here and there in which we will go from. But again, this is Geralt, alright, he comes from Dark Horse and they got about 5 figures in the series which we will cover in time. So let's deactivate these two. Again, for the most part the sculpt is okay. I have a problem with the head in certain aspects. For the first thing, the scars, I would have liked them to have a little bit more depth to them. Okay, they're a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. They're not really sculpted all that well in there for the most part. The second would be the fact that the likeness to Geralt isn't really there from my point of view. Okay, sure, it's obvious it's Geralt, I agree with that, but for the most part the likeness kind of suffers. It's not the best likeness Dark Horse has come up with. I have all the figures in the line and I know they can do better than this. And the last thing I would complain about the head is the fact that it's got a death stare. Okay, he's staring into the abyss. The facial expression is a little bit lacking. But that's about it for the bad things. Now the good things, the armor for the most part is absolutely spot on. Okay, the chainmail looks great, it has a 3D element to it. Each and every element of the armor is fleshed out, not just painted on there, okay, which is a big deal. Every single little stitch, even the hook there, looking extremely good, again, compared to its gaming counterpart. So for the most part, the armor, okay, the overall look of the figure is fine, with the exception, of course, of the head. Now, another issue I kind of noticed across the line with Geralt figures, you will see that the sword is bent, horribly bent there into the sheath, and then the top of the sheath doesn't really match with the rest of the sheath. You see, it's almost like he's breaking the sheath in his left hand by holding it. For some of you, this will be a big deal, for others, not really, but you can see clearly here it's horribly bent out of position. I was hoping that this will be the case only with my figure, but after seeing 5 or 6, they're pretty much suffering from the same, let's call it illness, shall we? Now, spinning around to the back, I want to pause a little bit here because I glorified the colors that they were accurate. Unfortunately, on the boots, this is not the case. Let's pop out the boots. So as you can see, Dark Horse chose to go with this dark gray wash over the base maroon, which they did. It doesn't really match up to the original at all. Geralt's initial boots, the one he comes with, you can see these are deep sea blue. I don't know what else. They're a blue metallic-ish color for the most part, leathery color, of course. So that's a little bit off. Now let's get this thing to continue. There we go. Now, one of the cool things about this entire line is that they all come with a non-removable base. You cannot get them off the base. Well, you can get them off the base, but then you will, as you can see, it has pegs sticking in there. So in case you want to try to modify the figure, maybe get it off the base and cut off the pegs and try to get it to sit like that, you can try to do that. Wouldn't recommend it. I like the base for the most part. As you can see, this is the Witcher School of the Wolf medallion embossed in here. Okay, it's not just painted on, it actually has dimension to it. It's sculpted in there, and considering the $30 price point, I am surprised they actually included this. Again, each and every single figure in the line comes with this specific base. Also, you got a little bit of a legal mumbo jumbo here on the back. Nothing really interesting, to be frank. If any of you care, there you go. CD Projekt Red, The Witcher, etc, etc. What else is there to say about the figure? I think that for $30 this is an absolute bargain. That's the price point. $30 for this, which is absolutely amazing considering other statues at the same price point. Now, it's not perfect, not by a long shot. Again, my issues with it, the bent sword there, that's an issue with the sculpt. The likeness to Geralt isn't really quite there. Not as much as I would have liked, at least. The depths there, which carries across the entire line, and a few minor issues with the paint, especially on the boots. But again, those are minor gripes I have with the statue. From my point of view, it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you're a Witcher fan like I am. Nothing more to say, let us know in the comment section down below if you got any feedback for us. As always, my name has been Lazar. Subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Acest video v-a fost adus de către 101figurine.ro. Intră și tu acum pe 101figurine.ro pentru a vizualiza o multitudine de statuete și figurine din universurile tale preferate.